Check out carmarshal.com. The link is in the description. They help support us.
I'll be up there in a minute.
47 Alpha 7.
Okay.
My wife's in advanced labor.
Okay. You got your license, registration, insurance on you by chance?
I'm not sure. 65, Hotel Victor,
Just make it fast.
Black Acton, Sedan, sub 4. 195 West, so 547.
You got the registration and insurance there also? Any points on your license? That's it? Not recently? Alright. Sit tight for a minute. You know you're doing almost 80 miles an hour, right?
She's mama's an hour. She was in the doctor's office today. The doctor just called that she better come in because she sounds terrible.
Alright, sit tight for a few minutes. You want me to have an ambulance come out here?
I don't know.
What's that? No, we don't do that. That's what ambulances are for. That's why you're not supposed to be driving that fast. All right.
That drive.
Do you want me to have them? Do you want me to have them come out here? Are you sure? Okay. I can call them and they can at least follow you or take you up there, and this husband can follow up in the car if you want to do that, or you want to just get rolling. Okay, just call that number on the back there, okay? Listen, slow down, because if you have an accident and don't get to the hospital, especially tonight, there's a lot of deer out tonight, okay? And are you sure you don't want an ambulance before you leave?
I guess we'll call if we see there's something going wrong.
Okay, then if
She's not pushing it because she just broke the water.
Okay, then if you're going to do that, for them if you call them on your own, okay? And wait for them to get there, okay?
What do I do with this ticket? Should I
Call that number on.
What the situation is?
No, just call that number. They'll tell you what to do, okay?
Couple nearly gives birth in car as cop holds them on roadside, tickets them for rushing to hospital. When a couple was pulled over for speeding to the hospital to have their baby, the officer gave them a speeding ticket and refused to escort them to the ER. By Rachel Blevins, November 26, 2017. When a couple was pulled over for speeding in Lakewood, New Jersey, they explained to the officer that the wife was in labor, and they were on their way to the hospital, a logical emergency that would justify exceeding the speed limit. However, the officer responded by delaying the couple's arrival and issuing the husband a citation for speeding. The couple, who has remained anonymous, told the Lakewood Scoop that when they were pulled over, the husband explained to the officer that he started out driving at the regular speed limit, but only increased his speed when his wife's symptoms became urgent. My pregnant wife had been to the doctor that day, and was told that as soon as labor begins she should rush to the hospital, since the baby will be born very quickly. That night labor began, so we immediately set out to Monmouth Medical Center driving at regular speed. While driving on Squonkam Road, my wife told me she is starting to feel it is getting closer to birth. I became quite frantic, so I automatically picked up speed, without realizing I was going way over the speed limit. A report from the Jersey Journal claimed that when the officer clocked the speed of the car, the husband was driving 78 miles per hour in a 50 miles per hour zone. The husband told TLS that he immediately pulled over, and explained to the officer that they were in an emergency situation, and had been instructed by a doctor to come to the hospital as soon as possible. Advertisement. I respectfully explained that my wife is in advanced labor and I am headed to the hospital. I tried explaining the severity of the situation, but he cut me off without inquiring in what condition my wife is, and just asked for license and registration. We pleaded with him to please make it fast as we are in an emergency, but he answered curtly, "Sit tight." The husband then claimed that the officer took his license and registration, and proceeded to hold the couple hostage for over 15 minutes, even though he was made aware of the wife's critical condition. When the officer finally let the couple go to the hospital, the husband asked if he would escort them there, and the officer replied, "We don't do these things." While stranded, my wife reached a critical point. I immediately started calling out, "Officer, officer," and motioned with my hands, but he completely ignored me. He left me stranded close to 15 minutes while my wife was moaning away. Afterwards he gave me a speeding ticket. I then told him that my wife has reached a critical point, and asked if he could escort us to the hospital. He answered, "We don't do these things, but I can call an ambulance," which I declined, saying I can do the same. The couple concluded by writing that their baby was born almost immediately after they arrived at the hospital, 20 min after the officer let us go. In a statement provided to the Jersey Journal, the Howell Police Department was quick to defend the officer's actions, and claimed that the video evidence of the encounter shows he acted appropriately. We certainly understand how stressful the moments leading up to birth can be, especially on a woman, and we commend them for their respectful demeanor under the circumstances. However, the officer acted appropriately, and any suggestion that the officer's conduct was improper, unprofessional, or inhumane simply contradicts the video evidence. While the department did not specify as to whether the video evidence they referenced will be made public, the idea that a police officer would encounter a couple in labor and rushing to the hospital, insist that they delay their trip by nearly half an hour, and then refuse to escort them to the hospital in an emergency, shows that the officer in question was doing the opposite of serving and protecting the public, and he should be held accountable for his actions. Read more, Police State Dependency. 9-1-1 calls pour in to report Facebook outage. Here is the Facebook page of the Howell Township Police Department, if you'd like to peacefully express your thoughts on this matter to them.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheep up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if some, if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave a, let's say, actually, yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But, do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it, 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt-free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out. to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, you know, if I got, you know, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. You know, 47,000 of you so far right now. You know, $1 a day. I mean, $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.